Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you this super pretty Christmas look incorporating some red and some greens on the lower lash line. I really love the way this look turns out and I hope that you guys did too. Before we jump into this video, make sure you are subscribed down below and hit that notification bell right next to it so you get notified anytime I upload a video. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. But without rambling on for too long, if you want to see how I accomplished this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. So to start out this look, I'm going to go in and prime my eyes using the Tarte Shape Tape. And this is just going to help block out any redness and veins that I have on my eyes. Blending that out with a damp beauty blender. Now I'm going to go into my Tarte Pro palette and grab this bone shade right here to just set down the primer. Now I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette, and I'm going to go in with MFEO, this shade right here, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. Now I'm going to go in with butter just to deepen it up a little bit more. And layering shadows like this really helps the blending process rather than going in with a shade and just trying to blend out the one shade. If you have more shades laid down, it just makes blending so much easier. So I start off in the crease, and then as the product leaves my brush, I blend it up a little bit more. Now I'm going to go in with Hunt's, which is this really pretty warm red shade right here. So for this, I just have it on the very tip of my tapered blending brush, and I'm going to push it straight into the crease. I'm not going to bring this one up too much because then it will blow it out way more than I want it to be. So I'm going to place it in my crease, and as I blend, the shadow will slowly get a little bit higher and a little bit higher, but not too high. And because I'm using a tapered blending brush, as I'm blending, it's going to catch on the shorter bristles down here and it's going to do the blending for me. Now I'm going to go in with Jack's, which is the color right underneath Hunt's. And again, doing the same thing, just getting it on the tip of that same brush. And this time we're going to put it even lower than that red. And this is just going to add a little bit more red and add a little bit more dimension. Now that it looks a little bit something like this, I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Hunt's and a little bit more of butter, and that will help us blend out to make sure there are zero harsh edges. Now on a teeny tiny brush, I'm going to grab Abyss, which is the black one, and I'm going to put that ever so slightly right on the outer corner, and that will help deepen up that a little bit. And with this, I'm going in with just a tiny amount, and I'm barely touching my skin because I don't want it to get too deep to where I can't take it back off. So going in with just a little bit at a time and just barely touching it will help deepen it and help you get the desired amount of deepness without going too much. Just like that. Now for all over the lid, I'm going to go in with Beam, which is this really pretty frosty white right here. And you don't have to do this because this shade is extremely pigmented, but I want it to be super poppin' right there, so I'm going to spritz it a little bit. And I'm going to put this right on the lid. Now that we have the lid super bright, we're going to go back in with Hunts and blend the dark shadow and the light shadow just to add a little bit more red on the lid. But we're not going to put too much. Now I want this to be a look that anybody could achieve. So instead of doing a winged liner, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Enchanted, which is this super deep green, and I'm going to put that really, really close to my lash line to add a fullness effect and to define that lash line. So I'm going to take a super thin liner brush and I'm going to dip into that and push it as close to the lash line as I can get it. Just like that. So now moving on to the face, I just spritzed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I've really been liking this. I'm just letting that seep into the skin a little bit. And now I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, just the clear one. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And I'm just going to pounce that into the skin using the Real Techniques sponge. Now I'm going to go in with some Tarte Shape Tape and the Maybelline Fit Me concealers and blending all of that out with the Real Techniques sponge again. Now to make this budge proof, I'm going to dip my sponge into the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade 05 Fair. So I'm just going to dip my sponge into it. I'm going to go right underneath the eyes and down the center of the nose, because that's where I get oily and my foundation tends to rub off. I'm going to take whatever is left on the sponge and go right up underneath the eye just to set all of that. I'm also going to do this in my smile lines because I tend to crease there. And a tiny bit on my chin. And I'm not going to put this high up on my forehead because I do have some fine lines there that I do not want this drying out and making look worse. I'm just going to put it right in between my eyebrows and just pounce it around right there. Now I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth Powder in 110 Porcelain, and I'm going to put this on my forehead, and this is just going to set down that foundation. That way all of my powders blend out really smooth. I'm also going to take this and dust away all of the powder that I didn't get into the skin. Now I'm going to bronze up the skin with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Are you surprised? Are you? And I'm going to take this middle warmer shade just to bronze up the skin. Now using this cooler shade to cut the cheeks. And with contour, I want to place it at the top of my ear and go down towards the mouth, but I'm going to start about right here. Making it darkest in the back and then letting it fade out towards the front. Now moving on to blush, I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush palette. I'm going to use a little tiny bit of this deeper shade right here. And for blush, I'm going to avoid the center of my face right here. I don't want to bring it in too much. So I'm going to start right here and pull it back. Now for highlight, I'm going to try my Sleek Makeup highlighting palette, and I'm going to use the gold shade right here. Not bad. I was a little worried because when you swatch it, they feel super dry, wow, in the pan. But they actually apply really poppin'. I'm gonna put a little bit above my brow bone, and that'll just help to lift that a little bit. And now I'm just taking a little bit of the pink and I'm gonna put it just on the center of my cheek highlight to really make it pop. Jesus, look at that! That is impressive, and I think this palette was only like $6. That's crazy. Do y'all see that? That is impressive. Now we're going to finish off the eyes and move on to the lower lash line. So I'm first going to take Butter, which is the shade right here. I'm going to smudge that on the lower lash line. Now using the same super thin eyelining brush that I used on the top, I'm going to do that same thing on the lower lash line. So I'm going to pick up Enchanted and I'm going to put that as close as I can get it to my waterline. And using this shade, I'm only going to put it about 3/4 of the way in. I don't want to take it all the way to the inner corner. Because I have small eyes, that's really going to close off my eyes and make them look so much smaller. Now going back in with butter to blend all of that out. Now moving forward to the brows, I'm going to use my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown and fill in my brows. I'm going to brush them all up first. Now I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas. Now going in with my Makeup Forever Aqua XL eye pencil. Now I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. This is amazing. Now for lips, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Be My Baby. This has been my favorite lip. I am so glad I tried this. And there you have it. This is the completed look. I hope you guys really like how this look turned out. I know I did. I really like that it incorporates some red and some green, but still keeping the lips very neutral and very wearable. If you give this look a try, please let me know down in the comment section down below. Also, let me know what you guys think about how this camera is set up. I pulled it a little bit closer to me, so I hope that helps you guys see how I did things in more detail, as well as the background. The last background that I used was pretty dark, and I feel like it kind of made the light do weird things sometimes. So let me know what you guys think about this background. Also, if you have any video requests, leave them down below. If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel down below and click the notification bell right next to it so you get notified anytime I upload a video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.